Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for remaining loyal and true to my channel. And if you're just seeing me for the first time, it's nice meeting you. Thank you very much for stopping by on my channel. Please do well to subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when I drop a new video you're going to be notified. Alright, without wasting further time, let's get right into the video. So today I'm going to be discussing the question, should you trim your locks? That's the question that we're going to discuss today. Now before we get into the answer of the question, first of all we want to know what trimming of locks is. So lock trimming or lock pruning is trimming of stray hairs from mature locks, creating an overall neater appearance to the locks. So it's just like having the frizzy lock strands, and you want to take out all those loose hairs from the frizzy locks so that the lock is going to be looking smooth, neat, without any loose hairs on it. So that's basically an overall view of trimming or lock pruning. Now the question comes again, should you do this? Should you trim your locks? Should you do lock pruning? Now, there is no particular answer to this question, like it's not a yes or no question, okay? The answer depends on your hair type, all right? Why I say so is because, we have different hair types, different hair textures, different hair volumes. So all these play a role in determining if you should do lock trimming, okay? Now, for example, for someone like me, I have super coily hair, super soft hair, and I don't have so much volume. My hair is not full, my hair is quite scanty, okay? So I had this experience where back in the days when I was still looking for a loctician that understood my type of hair and know how to handle it. So I met this loctician, okay? So after she relocked my hair, she added this additional step of trimming my locks. And when she was about to start, I asked her if she needed to do this step, and she said yes, it's very important, that it's going to make my locks look neater and finer and all that. And I said okay, there's no harm in trying, there's always a first time, so let me even know what it looks like. Okay, so she trimmed, and by the time she was done and I had a look at myself in the mirror, I couldn't recognize myself. I mean, I felt like I was seeing another person in the mirror. I couldn't believe it. Like, these little tiny hairs that are on your locks that are just loose there, they have this very important feature they add to your look without you knowing that. You look at them, you look down on them like they're so tiny, they're making the locks look this, they're making the locks look that, you're having so much complaints about them, but seriously, they have a very important feature they attach to your locks, and when they are not there, it's obvious. It shows. I mean, when I saw myself, I couldn't recognize myself. My head became so small, my hair became small. It felt like I chopped my locks off. And it was so obvious because when I went about my day-to-day activities and I met people that knew me, and when they saw my hair, like, oh, did you chop your hair? Did you cut your hair? Even people that are not to do the lock journey, they observed, they noticed, and they also asked questions. I was tired of answering. In fact, I didn't even know how to go about explaining to people that I didn't really chop this hair, okay? It was just the little loose hairs on the strands that were taken out that made all this difference, okay? So for someone like me that has a lesser hair volume, my hair is super soft, my hair is super coily, if you have my kind of hair texture, or overall your hair volume is not full, please, I suggest you don't do lock trimming or lock pruning. It's going to, it's more like you're going to have hair loss, okay? Because those little loose hairs on your strands add to the volume of your hair. They are tiny, they're little, but they make a whole lot of difference. Besides, they're part of your hair, you know, they're still your hair, just that they're not incorporated into the strand, and that's why it makes it look like these hairs are not necessary, let me chop them off. But when you actually chop them off, really it makes a whole lot of difference. Okay, now on the other hand, if you have this hair type where your hair is full, you have this full volume of hair, you may want to balance your volume of hair by doing hair trimming or hair pruning, lock trimming rather, or lock pruning. Okay, you might want to balance your full volume, so you can go ahead and add this additional step of trimming off the loose hairs on your strands. Okay, so that's basically it. If your hair is full, you can add this additional step just to balance your volume. Okay, so please, you only do this. I recommend only those with full hair or full locks to try this lock trimming or lock pruning. It's just going to balance the volume of their hair. It's not really going to make it look like they had a lot of hair loss. Okay, now another additional information I want to put out here is that if you have starter locks, okay, or your locks are still budding, please and please just forget about lock pruning or lock trimming. It's not for you. You know, your locks are yet to mature. Okay, so you don't have any business with trying to make your locks neat. Your locks are yet to lock. Okay, so just let them lock, just leave those stray hairs. They are still, you know, coming up. They are still trying to find their direction, where they're supposed to get into and all that. So please and please do not trim off. If you trim off, seriously, you're going to have hair loss. Like, you're going to be having a smaller volume of hair, and it can affect your overall look. It might not really be as nice as you were thinking of it, or you were feeling it was going to be. Okay, so please, if you must do lock trimming or lock pruning, please let it be on mature locks. Okay, let it be on mature locks. Don't do this on starter locks. Don't do this on locks that are still budding. Do them on mature locks. Now, mature locks don't really have loose hair. They don't really have this frizzy hair that you have problems with. Okay, so because why I say so is because, for example, see my strands. Okay, so this end of the locks don't have loose hair. They are mature. All the tiny hairs have figured out where they're going to get into, and they're no longer here. So if I'm going to have any frizzy locks, they're going to be like towards the scalp. Okay, that's where you're going to have the frizz. Okay, towards the scalp. And I still do not care. I don't bother, because when they get mature too, all those loose strands are going to find their way into where they're supposed to be. Okay, so really this is just basically it about loose strands and loose hair, and if you should trim it or not. Okay, so another additional information again is that for those with starter locks and locks that are budding, frizzy hair, frizziness is part of the process. Okay, frizziness is part of the process, it's part of the journey. You cannot get to mature locks without having frizzy locks. Okay, just let that sink in, let that get into your head, into your mind. Just have an open mind towards this whole lock journey thing, that you have to pass that stage before you get to mature locks. So if you keep on trimming and trimming and trimming your loose hair, you will end up having very thin locks. Like later on, if you start trimming your locks from starter lock stage, from when your locks are still budding. Okay, so I really do not recommend trimming or pruning your locks. I do not recommend it generally, except you are trying to balance your very full volume of hair. But if you are just starting the lock journey, just forget about trimming or pruning. It is not for you. Okay, so this is basically all that I have to say about lock trimming and lock pruning. Okay, I hope you guys learned one or two things from this. Okay, then if you have any questions or any additional comments or anything you want to say, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll be glad to give my response or my replies to your questions and your comments. And please don't forget to like this video, to share it, and please Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not done so, and also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video drops. So thank you very much for watching my video. See you in my next video. Bye.